Greetings and welcome to my channel. The Legion has grown to 40,000. I thank you. I thank you for having confidence in me enough to entertain you that you support the channel by hitting the subscribe button. It is very highly appreciated. It is indeed. It did take a little bit longer to get to that 10,000 plateau this time, but there were scheduling changes and such like that, so I'm hoping that I can pick things up now that we're deep into the new year. Maybe get some new things going. I know that there's some things I need to do with the channel. I know most specifically I do need to do some playlist fixing. I also have plans for something else too. I want to make another playlist, which is kind of really necessary, but I don't want to mention it right now. I think it'll be something definitely helping one of the games that I support. Yeah, there's other things too. Like, for instance, I really do want to actually get into streaming. I do need to make a few technological things there first, but I hope to be doing something with that. I figure I'll start on, at very least, on YouTube, since I'm actually here already, and see where it goes from there. Don't really know what I'm going to do with that. Probably mix in a couple of different things. Mobile games are a little bit hard to do with that for some things. Other things, maybe not. I might actually use that as a testing platform for some things, and we'll see how things go from there. Because I do want to actually get into some new stuff. That's what it all comes down to, right? Getting the new stuff in there. So, in terms of new games, things come up. Things, vanish sometimes. But when the things come up, I have been doing more quick hops recently. I use those for games that I'm not really sure if they're actually going to click with the audience. In some cases they do, in other cases they don't. I got a stark lesson earlier in the year when I did 4 quick hops of games that I thought, maybe these will work. And then I asked you to vote on them and gave you a 5th option for like none of the above. And none of the above got 73%. Okay, that was a lesson. You didn't want any of those. That's fine. We're going to stay away from those types of games. So there are plenty of other things we can do. And there are some things that will just go right to series because I know that they're going to work. Yet one game I have my eyes on, and I'm really hoping it ends up not having any hiccups along the way, is of course the coming Skylanders game. That one really looks good. It looks right down my alley, and I think it looks down the alley of my audience. I'm just hoping there's no real problems with that in terms of being able to actually make videos. It is released in several parts of the world already. I'm hearing that we might get it at the end of this month, maybe beginning of next month. That being February, maybe first week of March. But you never know. They want to make sure things are good before they go with the global launch. So very, very hyped for that. Expect to see a lot of that on my channel, of course, unless there's problems with it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. So yeah, anything like that that clearly fits into the content of my channel, I'm just going to make a series of it. Bingo, just like that. If something is like, I'm not really sure, well, in that case, I'll do a quick hop and then see what you guys like. Then we'll just try another one if there seems to be an audience, and then we'll just continue. There are games, there are long series have started that way. In other cases, if the views aren't there for the second video, then I know, okay, all right, so I'll just move along and find something else. I'm always on the hunt for new things. When my viewers actually suggest things, I will go research it. I will never ignore a response or something like that. Sometimes they'll ask for oh, this game here that was 6 years old and nobody makes videos on, could you do a video on that one? In the end, I do have to do views, just saying. If something becomes popular on the channel, that's good. I mean, there's lots of reasons for ending a series. The most common one is it just doesn't have an audience. Unfortunately, sometimes the game developers also get involved in things like this. For instance, one game that was very popular on my channel, and it was right there in the sweet spot that I was talking about earlier, of course, was Cash Incorporated. Yeah, I stopped that rather abruptly because the developers chose to, I shouldn't say the developers, perhaps the publisher, I don't know. They decided to put in randomly occurring videos that you couldn't skip, and I thought that was unpalatable. Clearly, I did not end the series because of views. The last episode of that is currently rocking more than 43,000 views. So, obviously, it hurt me a lot to end that one, but I thought it was the right thing to do. There are other reasons, once again, developer-orientated. For instance, Dungeon Boss is now dead on my channel. Not just because I don't want to make videos of it, is that I just don't even want to see it anymore. The raw damage that was done in the last update is just shocking. So I'm afraid that one is just gone. As I said, there's a lot of reasons for ending series. In some cases, I regret doing it because thinking it wasn't going to do views, in retrospect, it ended up doing very well. So you can't pick what you think is going to work, right? So if something isn't doing well, you try to move on to something that is, and then all of a sudden it hits the old engine in YouTube, and then it does well, but you kind of missed it at that point. So, you know, you do what you can. You do what you can. I hope to be able to get more stuff to you guys in the future, and as I said, I am always open to suggestions. In some cases, there's just some things that I can't do, or some things that are just like, just don't fit in with my channel whatsoever. You know, kind of what you're watching right now, by the way. And there are some things that I would love to do videos on. I would really like to get back into Subnautica. I actually got the new standalone DLC, and I was going to do videos on that. The thing about it is there really isn't a lot of content there. You get to a point and it says, by the way, that's all we have for now. I mean, it only would have been about 4 videos at most, so I figure I'm going to wait for them to put more content back. The thing is, it did get me back into Subnautica, so I'm thinking I might do a couple of more episodes. The thing is, the last one just barely 300 views at the time, so I'm like, unfortunately, the way YouTube is if you put something on your channel that doesn't do well, it reflects on your entire channel. They judge you by your lowest viewed video. So in some cases, you really don't have much of a choice but to, you know, make changes and such. So, you know, you do what you can. You're trying to entertain. You're trying to make your viewers good, but you're also trying to get more viewers, right? I mean, you want to build an audience, and I'm doing that any way that I can at this time, you know, and keeping the audience that I have, you know, not like making major changes to anger my existing customers or audience or such like that, you know, like, for instance, the Dungeon Boss people. Anyway, I think that's going to be it. So once again, 40,000 strong. Let's get to 50, maybe by fall or something like that. We'll just see what we can do. Maybe we can speed it up or something like that. So anyway, thank you very much for your continued attention. I really appreciate your support. Thank you very much, and see ya.